My name is Victoria. At 46 years old, I believed my greatest battle would be cancer. I never imagined betrayal would hurt even more than the disease itself. The hospital room was silent except for the steady sound of medical machines. Nurses prepared me for surgery, while I stared at the ceiling trying to stay calm. My husband had promised he would arrive before they took me into the operating room. I kept checking the door hoping to see him. Instead, my phone vibrated. The message appeared on the screen. I want a divorce. I am not built for a sick wife. I cannot waste my life taking care of you. I read it again and again hoping I misunderstood. My heart felt like it stopped beating. After 21 years together, he abandoned me less than an hour before life-saving surgery. I broke down crying. The nurses tried to comfort me, but nothing could erase those words. Then I noticed the elderly man in the bed beside mine. He had been quietly reading a newspaper all morning. Without saying anything, he folded a clean napkin and placed it beside my hand. I opened it. "If we both survive today, marry me." For the first time in hours, I laughed through my tears. I looked at him and smiled. "You are making jokes before surgery." He smiled back. "Sometimes laughter is stronger than fear." I answered, "Fine, if I survive, I will think about it." He nodded and simply said, "Deal." Just then one of the nurses entered the room. She glanced toward him and suddenly froze. Her face turned pale. She quietly asked me, "Do you know who he really is?" I shook my head. She whispered that he had secretly donated millions of dollars to cancer research and had personally paid for treatments of hundreds of patients who could not afford care. Almost nobody recognized him because he avoided attention. I was shocked. He gently interrupted, "Please do not treat me differently. Today I am just another patient hoping to survive." A few minutes later, both of us were taken into surgery. The operation lasted several hours. When I woke up, the first face I saw was not my husband. It was the same elderly man sitting in a wheelchair with a smile. We both made it. Over the next several weeks, we recovered together. Every afternoon, we talked about life, family, dreams, and regrets. He told me losing health teaches people who truly loves them. He never judged my tears. He simply listened.
Meanwhile, my husband never visited once. Instead, divorce papers arrived at my hospital room. I signed every page without hesitation. Months later, I learned something even more painful. He had already been living with another woman before my diagnosis. Cancer did not destroy my marriage. It simply exposed the truth. As my strength returned, I started volunteering at the cancer center where we first met. The elderly man supported every project without asking for recognition. He believed kindness should never seek applause. One evening after a charity event, he smiled and reminded me about the napkin. "Do you remember your promise?" I laughed. "You actually kept that napkin." He carefully unfolded it from his wallet. Every single day, tears filled my eyes. This time they were tears of gratitude. A year later, surrounded by doctors, nurses, cancer survivors, and friends, we exchanged wedding vows in the hospital garden where hope had replaced fear. No luxury decorations. No expensive ceremony. Only grateful hearts. The nurse who first recognized him smiled through happy tears as she watched us promise to stand beside each other through every illness, every struggle, and every victory. Looking back, I realized something powerful. The man I trusted abandoned me when life became difficult. The stranger beside me stayed when he had every reason to think only about himself. Cancer took away my old life, but it gave me a future filled with compassion, loyalty, and unconditional love. Sometimes losing the wrong person is the greatest miracle life can give you. Life has a strange way of revealing true character during our darkest moments. The people who walk away make room for those who choose to stay. Betrayal may break your heart, but courage can rebuild your future stronger than ever. Never lose hope, because your greatest blessing may arrive when you believe everything is lost. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video. Share it with someone who needs hope today. Subscribe for more powerful emotional stories every week.